a base Sinatamash yung back. And the bash plus the kill tap has landed.
Boy, and the Talon Swain gonna go in for the kill, and that is gonna be Demigod. So Teleport also comes in as well. Nocturne. Almost the gap in like secure the okay, there's a flash in, and big comes habol dito. Wow, the damage.
Welcome, Summoners, to the Garena LoL Collegiate League Summer 2017. My name is Vulcan, and with me is Chisto, your shoutcasters for the finals of the South Conference Series.
Yeah, and of course, today we have a best-of-5 matchup between UPLB and the DLSUD. I'm very excited to see this. Both teams at the top of the standings, so no real underdog stories here, and both teams very, very tough, very, very consistent, I should say, and yeah, I'm very excited.
It's without a doubt that UPLB and DLSUD are one of the strongest teams and always been consistent throughout the LCL. But let us check the schedule to see what is going to be coming up next. Obviously, it will be the best-of-5 series between one of the strongest teams in their respective conference, UP Los Baños, versus De La Salle University, Dasmariñas.
Yeah, of course, both of these teams have a reputation in the LCL for being so consistent across all these terms. They have been the real top performers, and man, I'm very excited to see this finals.
And when you're talking about, let's say, UP Los Baños and DLSUD, they had a shot in the last term where they could actually make it to the playoff stage, but they would always come up short when it involves the interconference series. So note that we will be crowning champions here per conference. So let's see who will be crowned champions in the South Conference.
Yeah, of course, we're gonna head straight into the drafting phase now. Of course, for DLSUD, seeing these two bans coming out from them, this is very normal because UPLB, they like to play a lot of Zed. So DLSUD, knowing that, they instantly ban it out. So very smart choice right there.
So far, UP Los Baños will be playing on the blue side, whereas DLSUD will be on the red side. So, as you were saying, Chisto, the opening bans here, Ornn and Zed, is obviously a target ban towards UPLB.
Yeah, of course, we know Ornn, very strong top laner at the moment. He's very low econ champion, so with that being said, he's such a strong pick, and DLSUD not wanting to deal with that, they will ban him out. And that will give first pick priority to UPLB. They will pick up the Sejuani for their comp, and that means they just want to start these fights, go for these engages, and have that beefy frontline.
And so far for DLSUD, I can see that they really are going for a more pick-off. They have the Morgana and the Ashe, whereas UPLB going on brute force. They have the Tahm Kench and the Sejuani, so maybe this would be the Protect, the Varus composition where we see the Varus picking up lethality. Or, who knows, maybe a Rage Blade.
Yeah, I'm very surprised to see a contrast in strategies here. Of course, you did mention UPLB going for a more team-fight-oriented comp, whereas DLSUD going for these pickoffs. But with UPLB picking up the Tahm Kench, that denies a lot of the pick potential coming from the lineup of DLSUD. We all know if you land the arrow on somebody other than the Tahm Kench will just eat him up and bring them to safety. So let's see how will DLSUD play around that.
And let's see for UPLB's last pick would be the Azir, picking on to without a mid laner revealed yet, and we just got information that that would be a Zoe Hover.
Yeah, the Teemo is a visual bug, so if this is locked in, that will be the Zoe versus the Azir, and man, we finally get to see Zoe in competitive League of Legends, like just right after All-Stars, so very excited to see how DLSUD Arcmon plays this champion.
So I think for Zoe against the Azir matchup, it all comes down to who can outlevel the other, because when we see Zoe's, they don't have the full harass potential just yet. Level 2 they can have it, same with Azir. And when you're talking about range, I think Azir really lacks on that department, and he would be at a disadvantage.
Yeah, I think in that matchup, as far as initial burst, Zoe definitely has an advantage if she's able to land her Q, but in constant DPS, in long drawn-out fights, Azir, once he scales, will definitely have an advantage over the Zoe. But as far as laning phase goes, it's going to be very critical for MNM to dodge those sleepy bubbles, because if Zoe lands that, that's practically free damage onto the Azir, and that could be the tipping point in this matchup.
And I guess we are ready to see how the finals of the South Conference will play out. Once again, this is UP Los Baños versus DLSUD Dasmariñas. We'll be loading up onto the Rift to see our Game 1. This is going to be very important because momentum is everything at this point.
Yeah, of course, in a best of 5, you want to start out on the right foot, put your best foot forward, and really come out with a win as we head on to the Rift for this match between UPLB on the blue side versus DLSUD on the red side.
So far, we are seeing UP Los Baños making their way towards the blue side of the LSUD, probably an invade. We're not sure just yet, but they are just scouting out the area.
Yeah, I don't think both teams will be interested to go for these level 1 fights because, of course, UPLB having that Tom Kench, even if K lands a Dark Binding, I don't think they're going to be able to follow up instantly because that Tom Kench just provides so much more safety.
Yeah, we're talking about the Tom Kench's safety, but it's also the fact that when a Tom Kench does eat up, let's say, the Varus or the Azir, doesn't that also, prevent the champion itself from moving away? Because we're talking about lockdown champions like the Gnar and the Jarvan.
Yeah, it does give you that window where the enemy team won't be dealing that much DPS because they are inside Tom Kench. But with that being said, that also gives them safety, and once he comes out, he's going to be able to reposition and just dish out all that damage once they do scale.
And interesting that we are seeing Madguard running the Fairy on his Gnar. So I wonder how Dairo in the top lane with his Shen will be matching well against this Gnar, because as we all know, Gnar can really oppress you for being a melee matchup in the top lane.
Yeah, of course, we know Gnar as a lane bully, very popular among top laners. He's going to be able to bully all of these melee tanks, but what Dairo has to do in the top lane is really just survive the laning phase, because what his role is on this team is get his stand united and really just shut down all of the engage coming from DLSUD with that global pressure.
I mean, let's say you have the global pressure. Yes, you have to stand united for the protection, but doesn't that leave your top lane vulnerable to push? Because we all know that Gnar can really be a heavy split pusher when it comes to, let's say, the Shen, because he will be leaving his lane more frequently compared to the Gnar. So, in the end, won't DLSUD, the Green Pages, will be winning this trade. But, whoa! First blood may be in the hands of DLSUD here. That was a close call for the Varus here, but right on the mid lane, we're seeing Asta.
Oh no, the
Approaching
Sleep landed.
Sleep landed. He does cleanse away, so that will be a flash burn for safety here. But the Sand Soldier's already close to taking on Arcman.
Yeah, very close calls here for UPLB. They will burn their summoners wisely, so they do escape with their lives. But with that being said, Slime, he snuck up in the top lane.
Slane making his way towards the top lane. Mad God makes it away on his yellow bar. Will be turning to Mega Gnar pretty much soon. 2v1, gets the stun there. Two-man stun. Asta making his way to the top lane. Knocks off Dairo. Gets the Spirit's Refuge for the protection, but that's not going to be enough for UP Los Baños to get away unscathed. That will be a re-engage for Slane with a Sejuani, but that would be a disengage in the top lane. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, we're seeing so much harassment coming from the Green Patriots.
Yeah, everyone is fighting all across the map, but nobody has died yet. So much action in this early phase, and for UPLB, they have to calm down a bit, try not to go over aggressive. They need to scale in order to go for these full-on 5v5 fights, and for DLSUD, they're playing very well around this window where Shen doesn't have the stand united yet, because that's going to shut down.
Hold that thought. Mad God's very low in health, very close to getting that permafrost, so that would be him very living on the edge here. Not gonna die just yet, but here comes Eminem. Maybe go for the first blood here. That will be the Sand Soldiers. One more shifting sands should do the trick, but the Blast Gun is there for a very clutch save for DLSUD.
Yeah, very close call there for Mad God. If Asta didn't burn Eminem's sums during that initial mid lane gank, the Azir would have had flash to potentially finish off the Gnar, so that gank paying off. But K, he's
really
a bit of trouble.
The heal was right at the right moment there. If he did not have his heal, he would be the dead man here. But teleport is incoming. First blood. Who will it go to? Will it be? Oh, the piercing arrow will miss. But still, it'll be Blaze. We're getting out the first blood.
Yeah, and with Mad God's TP being burned, that will give Dairo free time to farm in the top lane. And
but he did get a kill onto Ben, so that's not going to be a huge penalty for him. But it's the fact that this gives Dairo more room to push and maybe out-level this Gnar.
Yeah, of course, we know Gnar is a lane bully, but if he isn't in lane, he won't be able to punish the Shen. But he did pick up that kill, and it might potentially build into a Black Cleaver, Frozen Mallet, a very common combo we see on Gnar. That's just going to give Dairo such a hard time during the rest of this laning phase. Let's see how he plays it out.
So far, first blood went to Benz, immediately picking up the Serenity Dirk. So we will be seeing a Lethality Virus coming back here in the LCL finals for the South Conference.
Yeah, because we've seen a lot of the Ginsu's Rage Blade Virus builds where you go for a more on-hit oriented build, really not utilizing abilities and using your auto attacks even more to go for these fights. But ooh, will K get caught out here? I don't think he will. He does have that Black Shield for safety.
And Slane won't overcommit towards that dangerous fog of war that UPLB has no vision just yet. They don't know where Asta is, so they'll try their best to just stay afar and just play it safe because First Blood has already been secured by their teammates, so why risk anything more? Because Azir, when he gets the resources, he can really dish out so much damage.
Okay, so let's look back at Lethality Varus. Like you said, we did mention that the on-hit Varus build was more popular, but with the Runes Reforged system, I think Lethality Varus could be making a comeback because he does deal a lot of poke, and having Azir, they have that other DPS option once we come to the team fight, so a switch up in build might throw off DLSUD here.
And I guess Slane has been spotted out by that zombie ward, so that's gonna give DLSUD some information where Slane is. But as for Asta, we see him in the blue side of UPLB.
Yeah, he's trying to path around because Eminem still doesn't have flash, and he overextends in this lane and gets hit by more CC. He could potentially go down for a gank, but whoa, will he find it? I don't think so.
Right now, Daru is level 6, so the Green Patriots, they really have to time their clashes here. They have to respect the fact that this Shen is level 6 and they can really start a fight where they can't even finish it or even win because that's going to be a 3v2. Perhaps if Asta is there, that could be a fair fight.
Yeah, and looking at both drafts here, but oh, there's a fight!
Eminem very low in health. He does cleanse away. The Stan United is here. Respect that global pressure. And with that said, Arkman will be down.
Yeah, you gotta respect the Shen ultimate at all times during the game. If you know that is up, you can't go for these very risky trades. And right there, Arkmon getting punished for it. Very well played by UPLB.
Yeah, we were just talking about the Shen having the Stan United up. And I guess for Arkman, he wasn't expecting that quick of a response. But when you're talking about a team fight here, that's going to be Dario really having his eyes all throughout his teammates' health bars to see who he can respond to.
Yeah, and looking at UPLB, their comp has a lot of safety, but it relies a lot on their ultimates and their abilities. So if DLSUD are able to play around that cooldown window, really try to pick their spot, knowing Stand United is down, go for these Ashe ultimates, go for these picks, they can potentially find a way to break this game wide open.
And yeah, with that said, I mean, I think Eminem is having a really sweet time in the mid lane, despite the fact that the Zoe should have at least, killed him even once. But thanks to Daru, I don't think that's a problem just yet. Let's see how DLSUD will try and fight back what happened in the mid lane's mistake. And let's see if they can salvage their mistake.
Yeah, of course, Eminem, even though he was ganked fairly early, he did play safely enough so that he survived till he reached this point. But
oh boy, Asta,
this is very dangerous.
Great timing from Asta to spot out the Azir, but Slane just takes the kill out to Arma. It'll be a 1-for-1 trade here for the junglers, but we see Dash making his way in, and Daru cannot even respond just yet.
Asta's no flash.
He may just make it for the taunt here. Flash over the wall. Slane going on to Asta. Asta very low. Gets the permafrost. The Spirit's Refuge is there for the heal. And that would be Daru getting the kill onto Asta. Right? Meanwhile, Madgon making our form is here. Where's the ult? Only the two members misses Daru. 3v1 here. Madgon has to back away. But it'll be a response from K. He's here for the assist. But Madgon's very low. He will not survive. Dash gets the kill. And that will be Slane taking all of the kills for DLSUD.
Yeah, great cleanup there coming from UPLB, and the numbers advantage just paying off for them. They're able to outlast the members of DLSUD, and man, really well played by UP.
The Spirit's Refuge was there for the defense. I mean, that blocks some of the damage that I would say Daru was so close to
Blocks
death
a lot.
so far. And I think when you're talking about a Gnar who's heavily focused on two basic attacks, that was the key ingredient where Daru was able to outplay the Green Patriots. And in the end, they lost no members.
Yeah, and also, during the start of all that, great gank pulled off by Slime in the mid lane. They knew Arkmon didn't have any summoners left, so they instantly go for the burst onto the Zoe, and they're able to take her down. Very nice play.
And that great play there for the UP Los Baños here, having great momentum in game one. But looks like The Green Patriots trying to shut down that momentum. Ember's Divide is there, and that's not going to be cutting out there. That's going to be Arkman getting the sleep and taking down Eminem.
Yeah, and that is the strength of DLSUD's comp. If one of their CC abilities lands onto you, they can chain over and over and just root it in place forever like your AFK. And really, if you give up more of these picks, that'll let DLSUD move around the map even more, go for more of these objectives. And that's really what UPLB wants to avoid.
Yeah, and I was talking about the fact that Arkman had a good start, and compared to Eminem, he was not being oppressed that much. But after that gank, look at the CS difference and the KDA. Right now, Arkman is somehow a team member for DLSUD that he may be able to carry this team, and for UP Los Baños to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, I definitely think Zoe is one of those very oppressive champions. Once she does get gold and snowballs, she deals a lot of her damage off of that Q. It's a very tricky ability to land in my opinion, but it's very rewarding if you do hit it. Deals a lot of burst.
And right now, I mean, 12 minutes, almost 12 minutes closing in, and the DLSUD, the Green Pages, they have yet to secure some crucial objectives here. Same as for UP Los Baños EX, they have yet to take down any first turret. So I guess still, this is still anyone's game, despite the fact that we are seeing a lot of gold concentrated onto their top laner and their jungler, which are just tanks.
Yeah, both of these teams still definitely posturing up, and this is a game 1 of a best of 5, so we can understand that they are in a feeling out process, both teams trying to react to what the other is throwing at them. But what I'd really want to see coming from DLSUD is play more around this Ashe ultimate, try to look for these picks, potentially onto Eminem in the mid lane, try to burn his cleanse, go for these picks with the Ashe ultimate global, and that's really going to be the way for them to come out on top this game.
And when you're talking about, let's say, what you want to see, I also want to see something led in a way that they... Oh, what's that? The Chain Cruncher will connect, but the arrow is there for the stun, denying so much damage for Benz.
Yeah, and Tom Kench just... We know Tom Kench is a very popular counter to these Ashe pick comps, and we saw right there, just a Devour from Tom Kench saves Benz. He's able to reposition, and the trade just ends right off that.
And so far, I guess the same thing goes for Ben. So he did land a Chain of Corruption. Then he wasn't able to stack his Blights and then use his Piercing Arrows. So in the end, both of them had not much of a fair trade here.
Yeah, you'd say an even trade having that Black Shield. And as far as his bot lane goes, once Benz is able to scale up this tier, which will, I do believe, build into a mana mune. You don't want to build Archangel Staff on an 80 carry Varus. He'll just deal so much more poke damage, and that's really just what they want to do. Go for these pokes, and once they're forced out of lane, go for the turret.
And I guess that's the game plan for UPLB. But for DLSUD, what's their game plan? What are they working towards here?
They're working towards looking for more picks, really. Just play around the tools they have. Land the Dark Binding, chain that into a Sleepy Bubble, chain that into an Ashe Arrow. Look for members of UPLB that are out of position, but we haven't seen as much proactiveness from them. A bit of passive play, perhaps, because they're respecting the amount of safety that the Shen and the Tom Kench provides for UPLB.
And not just the Tom Kench itself. Asta is not really being much of a not showing much of a presence here. But look at that connect on to Eminem out of the fog of war here. Arkman gets an easy pick up onto Eminem.
Just Zoe things, man. I mean, you get hit by the bubble. She lands her max range Q onto you, and you're just dead. And not so much damage.
Not much of a reaction time here for Eminem. Caught him by surprise here. So, and again, the bubble does connect onto Slain. No follow-up there from DLSUD, but man, that is the power of the Zoe, and that's the reason why you need to play some wards there under the fog of war.
Yeah, a very strong burst there, and like you said, whoa, there's a fight!
Two members locking down in the Riverside. UP Los Baños has the upper hand here. Two tanks closing in onto Madcon. He's not even close to Yellow Bar here. But here comes Dash for the assist. And with Slain taking out Madcon. Three members converge to the top lane. Sleep will connect onto Slain, but no Q will connect from the Zoe.
Arkman needs to be careful.
Making his way towards Arkman. He does have the flash, holding onto his W. The taunt will not connect because of the Black Shield, but here comes Eminem fresh from the fountain with the Emperor's Divide. No members will fall, and there's the Stand United from extra protection for the mid laner of UPLB.
That almost went disastrous for UPLB. Trying to overreach for more of these kills, but if Eminem didn't flash away, the Zoe Q would have landed onto him, but whoa, we see a teleport from Mad God. Benz.
Coming in, flash bird by Benz. That would be his safety here, but right now in the top lane, we're seeing again an extended team fight here. There's the Devourer. Where's the secure? Arkman gets away with his ult, but will not survive. Dash takes the kill, and now left alone. K cannot run away. He's a bit low on mana here. Kind of low on mana here. Gets the slow on the tongue lash, and that's going to be Daru taking down the kill.
Yeah, Zoe ult makes her very mobile, but one thing that it isn't is an escape. If you do blink away, you will pop back fairly soon. And with that being said, all of the UPLB members collapsing onto the top lane. That means DLSUD have a window to take the mounted with Benz. You don't have flash!
He does not have the flash, but was aiming for a trade here. But with that said, DLSUD Dasmarinas takes away the Mountain Drake. But for UP Los Baños, they will be trading that away for the first turret of the game.
Yeah, let's see if DLSUD are able to translate this Mountain Drake into objectives for their team. Because right now, UPLB, they do have a turret advantage. So that definitely works in their favor. It's going to give the Gnar a long lane and just give Daru so much more time to pressure up the top lane.
And so far, nearing 70 minutes into the game, UP Los Baños takes away the first turret. Meanwhile, DLSUD will be going for more of a late game objective, the Mountain Drake. But we have to see, they have to push, but we're not seeing a heavy pushing composition. We don't see this Jarvan being proactive. We don't see this Jarvan going to lane because he is scared of that Stand United that Daru always hangs on to.
Yeah, it's definitely a critical window that DLSUD have to play around. If the Stand United is up, they have to respect that ability. And whoa.
Very close call for Eminem. That Darkbind just misses by a hairline here. So far, Arkman can go for all in because we did see the power that Arkman has on the Zoe. The bubble will connect onto Slane. He'll be backing off. So members right now, they're roaming around the map, getting a taste of each other, getting to know how much damage they can deal as of this moment.
Yeah, and we're nearing that 18-minute mark, and we're going to see a bit of core items already completed from both teams. The Black Cleaver onto Mad God will just help him in the 1v1 versus Shen. Like we mentioned, this is Lethality Virus. Nice flash.
Nice flash indeed for Arkman, but a close call for Eminem. He was actually very close to eating that bubble. And with that said, Arkman will be getting away with his summoners.
Yeah, and UPLB, they're setting up. They're constantly chipping away at the outer turrets of DLSUD. And this is what they have to do. They need to use that Varus poke right there. We did mention this is a Lethality Varus. So those piercing arrows, if they land full onto you, you will have a very painful time, and that will just allow them to go for more chip damage. And look right here, there's nobody to defend the towers of DLSUD.
And I think with that said, UP Los Baños, they're offering more and more pressure compared to DLSUD Dasmarinas. So I think this is going to be more of a pushing game here. And they have the Azir and the Varus. They don't need to be close. They don't need to be the ones to engage onto the Green Patriots because they have the luxury. They have the, let's say, the confidence to just poke them from afar, and their only problem is Zoe.
Yeah, UPLB, their game plan doesn't revolve around them constantly going for these picks. Their game plan is revolved around going for sieges, working with the safety that Shen and Tahm Kench provide. Whereas DLSUD, they want to be proactive, but that's just being shut down by the safety, the protection coming from UPLB.
But let's see if that protection will be enough for UPLB to secure the game one. But right now, Mad God going in for 2v1, gets the ultimate on to Slay, and the stun will connect. He just pops out of that Mega Gnar, will be escaping here. So I guess for right now, at this point of this game here, near 20-minute mark, the Baron will be live. So I think, Gista, this is the moment where we see where the game kind of sometimes tenses up, because when an important objective like the Baron does spawn and the next Drake is the Mountain, you get to really see how this pressure can test the players.
Yeah, of course, we call that the Baron dance. Both teams will be tested because they're going to want to set up vision, and versus the pick comp with all of those ranged CC options from DLSUD, when UPLB's warding up that area, they need to be very careful. They need to stay grouped up because if one of them gets caught out, their comp will just get shut down and almost Eminem.
Almost. That if that Dark Bind landed onto Eminem, he's a dead man there. So close call indeed for Eminem.
He did have cleanse though.
He did have cleanse, but still, it's the fact that when you cleanse out the dark binding, you still have to deal with that bubble. So maybe a timing here, but for right now, Arkman, big trouble, gets locked down by the Glacial Prison, immediately gets bursted, but Slane gets the kill. That will be a two-man Cataclysm lockdown. But with that said, I think Asta changes his mind, flashing away without any regrets.
Yeah, great play there from the Sejuani. He knows Arkmon doesn't have flash. He's able to pick up the kill, and the wave clear being down for DLSUD, that'll allow UPLB to just chip down this tower. And with that being said, they're just taking every outer turret across the map, and now the map is just theirs.
The map is wide open here. 3 turrets in the hands of UPLB and a great response from Dash. That's going to be the power of the Top Gets Abyssal Voyage.
Yeah, there's so much proactivity coming from UPLB's comp, and DLSUD, they aren't really able to counter at the moment because of so much safety provided by the members of UPLB.
Oh my god, the jungle is theirs. UP Los Baños takes away the territory. They are invading the space of the Green Patriots here. And with that said, I think that's going to be bad trouble here. That's going to be engaged onto Asta under a turret here. And that's going to be another easy pickup for Slane. I don't know what the members of the Green Patriots are thinking right now, leaving behind Arkman just to get ganged up on four beefy champions.
Yeah, UPLB, they're definitely turning up the tempo. They're accelerating the pace of the game. They know they're powerful at this stage, so they're going to take anything they want from DLSUD. I wonder how can DLSUD respond to this?
And I think for DLSUD, the way that they can respond to this is that don't be too aggressive, because at this point, I don't think they should be the one responding. They have the Zoe. Might as well go for a poke. But that's not how the Jarvan and the Gnar behaves. They want to go all in, want to take down the champions, close in the gap here. But when you're seeing an Azir and a Varus, that's very challenging. And with that said, UP Los Baños makes the playing field equal, takes away the second Drake of the game and their first Mountain Drake.
Yeah, and I think this deficit that DLSUD is facing at the moment really stems just from the pick and ban phase, really, because UPLB, they countered all of the options that DLSUD have by picking so much safety versus a pick comp which relies on taking down these out-of-position targets of UPLB. It just shut down the win condition for DLSUD, and UPLB, they're just working towards their win condition better.
And when you're talking about win conditions, DLSUD's window of opportunity, the room of failure is closing in, because at this point, smallest mistakes, smallest pickups can lead to their defeat. Because when you're talking about a late game scaling composition such as what UPLB has, but I know, okay, let's just say that DLSUD, they also have the late game scaling composition. The Gnar is there, same with the Zoe. But you're talking about the range that the Azir and Varus has over them. See, they're just so scared. Just pop that Q, make the sound. The sound that it makes is just more than enough for them to try and scramble around.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with that. Once the late game comes, the Jarvan will be super tanky. The Gnar will be such a huge factor in a team fight.
Their wombo combo, I'm still looking out for that Gnar-Van combo.
Yeah, but right now, they're gonna have to deal with a split-pushing Shen, a fed Varus, a fed Azir. They're under so much pressure. They're just so far away.
Oh, and that would be the Crystal Arrow missing its mark. Slane gets the full blow of that Q, but doesn't feel that much of a pain here. And I think this is, in a way, putting more pressure to DLSU Dasmariñas, because it's a matter of the fact that UP Los Baños, they're playing on the blue side. They're facing the Baron, and they have an Azir and a Varus. This is just disastrous for DLSUD, because when you're playing on the blue side and you have a whole composition like the Varus and the Azir, aren't you at a big disadvantage?
Yeah, as far as vision setup goes, it's definitely easier for UPLB at this stage to control that jungle area, to really dictate how the Baron dance goes. And with the pressure being exerted by Daru, it just forces the members of DLSUD apart. And this Shen is so much impressive as far as split pushing goes. And how can Mad God deal with this?
And the only way that Mad God can try and fix this problem is when a team fight does happen and he sees Daru going for the Stand United, all he can do is respond because you want to land that crucial ultimate, but where's the damage? I don't see this Ashe picking up a Runans. I don't see this Ashe picking up items that will help dish out more damage. Let's say the CCs do connect for DLSUD. UPLB will just out-damage them because they have an Azir.
Okay, face check.
Oh god, you don't want to face check at this point of this game where
That might be
UPLB,
Baron.
they have all the control to the red side here, and I think that's going to be a safe call here. Ignite has been burned by Arkman, and could this be the Baron though?
They can possibly go for the Baron, but I think they're respecting the ability of DLSUD to poke them down. They have that poke range with the Zoe, and I think they're just gonna go for more cleared vision here because Eminem got chunked by Arkmon, so he was forced back. And I think that will be a bit of breathing room for DLSUD.
Oh, see? You see it. You see how DLSUD behave, but look at the damage that they were dealing onto Mad God. But going back to what I was saying, when you're playing a best of 5 series and you're playing against a team, you can see how the team would behave. Okay, Eminem is low. Let's not risk it. That's what I think DLCD can use. I mean, the man games here that, let's say, Arkman takes down Eminem just in a blink of an eye. They don't have the Azir, and maybe that could be their win condition. Take down Eminem first, go for a heavy engage, and possibly secure the game.
Yeah, but going for a heavy engage
It's
is
risky.
The riskiest choice for DLSUD.
But if they don't go for an engage at this point, UPLB will just continue to control the Baron pit because they have the Azir and the Varus. They have so
Okay, here we
much
go.
range here. Look at that.
DLSUD, they need to be careful approaching this objective because if UPLB turns for a fight, they do have that Glacial Prison option to engage. And Daru, he can't use Stand United.
But that'll be Mad God on the red. He's buying time for his team, denying the Stand United. But know that Mad God is on a timer here. His red bar is almost low. Uses his ultimate to try and take down Daru, but he will just be surviving this trade-off.
Oh my God.
And in the end, comes out on top.
Great solo kill there from Daru. He's able to survive, and once he knew Gnar was squishy, he's able to take down that global pressure from DLSUD and numbers advantage on the map for UPLB right now. If they go for a fight here, Stand United is up.
Stand United is up, but there is also the pressure. They would just go for the pressure in the bot lane, buying time for this Shen, but a fight will break, and Arkman's very low. That's going to be him just walking it away. Slay is there, but a two-man knockup is there from Asta. Benz takes down Wigato. Asta just walks away. He could not do much there. He did not have his cataclysm just at the right time. Used it at the wrong target, and that would be Arkman. Look at the damage he's dealing in the Baron. Members of UPLB are very, very low. Teleport incoming, but Eminem just shuts down that poke, shuts down the mid laner and takes away the jungler. 3-member just obliterated in the Baron pit.
That was a very messy fight. Whoa, Slay! You need to be very careful.
Very close call, and I think UPLB played that correctly because Eminem sacrificed himself to take away that Baron, and for Eminem to just take away Arkman was the key condition, the key ingredient to win and secure a very risky Baron.
Yeah, Eminem, he had enough of Arkman constantly tossing out these paddle stars and poking them down. So he just took matters into his own hands, really just sacrificing. Oh, he wins.
He wins the trade-off with the Cloud Drake in the hands of UPLB. But what happened there was... Wait, did something go bad? Did something go wrong here, Tristan? But let's look at the replay here. Break it down for us.
This is the numbers advantage working out well for UPLB because they knew Gnar wasn't on the map. They can take any fight they want because if DLSUD does engage, Stand United is available. And right now, they're just forcing DLSUD. They're forcing their hand. They're going for this Baron. And
yeah, we're talking about the numbers advantage here, but this teleport, they don't back off here. So was this UPLB just baiting DLSUD?
This was UPLB being decisive. We know we can take the Baron. We're going to go for this objective, and we're going to win the game off of that right now. And they're in the driver's seat.
And they took away that Baron just just like it was. I really like the point that when Eminem took matters to his own hands, I thought that DLSUD had a chance to take away the Baron. But once Arkman was taken down, that just went out the window. So for UPLB, they know who to target. Arkman deals so much damage, yes, but it's the fact that it's a single target. And let's say you burn down, you burst on Eminem, members will just be piling up here. I mean, look at Benz taking away, already completing the Manimune and chipping down that mid lane inhibitor turn and snipes down K.
Yeah, Lethality Varus, that's just what he does. He's gonna toss out these arrows at you and just chunk you for your entire health bar. And the siege setup coming from UPLB is very good because if you do try to go and jump in, stand united, devour, Emperor's Divide, there's so much safety coming from UPLB, and the poke as well coming from both Eminem and Benz. It's so oppressive, and if UPLB wants to take a fight, they have the Sejuani, and that's just the strength of their draft, and now they're already knocking down the second inhibitor.
May go for the top lane because we see a massive wave incoming for the Green Patriots. So for Asta, very low on health, halfway there.
Oh, I think we're gonna see a fight.
Goes into Arkman, really focusing onto that Zoe. Tries to make it away here. Let's see, will there be a snipe from the Varus? There will be the Chain of Corruption going into 4 members. They will fully connect. Benz takes down K and follow that up. Dash takes down Asta. And no members can try and re-engage here. Wigato cannot even do anything without any peel and protection. But UPLB,
Whoa,
they're getting a bit greedy here, diving that turret, and Arkman takes down, and that's going to be Manka taking a shot down gold onto Slane. Benz is blinking red, very low in health, but Deiru just soaking up a 2v1.
Will he take down Arkman here though? He will pop back.
He will pop back, and that would be Deiru plus Dash working together, securing Arkman, and maybe, possibly, yes, it will be Game 1.
Yeah, maybe this is UPLB striking first in this best of 5. Benz deals so much damage, and I think that this is the game, Vulcan.
Yes, with that being said, Game 1 goes to UP Los Baños. This is the best of 5 series, but looks like the momentum will be on their side.
Yeah, great game there coming from UPLB. Definitely very textbook. And for DLSUD, their comp demanded that they play proactively. Unfortunately, the picks, the counter picks really coming in big for UPLB. DLSUD weren't able to set up these Ash arrows, these picks across the map because of all the safety options. And I wonder, how will they reset for the next pick, and how will they re-strategize versus UPLB?
But we'll see that after the short break here. We have been Shoutcasters. My name is Vulcan, and with me is Chisto. We'll be back for Game 2 for the finals of the South Conference Series of the LCL. Fight will break, and Arkman's very low. That's going to be him just walking in away. Slane is there, but a 2-man knockup is there from Asta. Benz takes down Wigato. Asta just walks away. He could not do much there. He did not have his cataclysm just at the right time. Used it at the wrong target, and that would be Arkman. Look at the damage he's dealing in the Baron. Members of UPLB are very, very low. Teleport incoming, but Eminem just shuts down that pole, shuts down the mid laner and takes away the jungler. 3 members just obliterated in the Baron pit. That was
Slane. We're gonna see a fight.
Goes into Arkman, really focusing onto that Zoe. Tries to make it away here. Let's see, will there be a snipe from the Varus? There will be the Chain of Corruption going into 4 members. They will fully connect. Benz takes down K and follow that up. Dash takes down Asta, and no members can try and re-engage here. Wigato cannot even do anything without any peel and protection. But UPLB, they're getting a bit greedy here, diving that turret, and Arkman takes down, and that's going to be Manka taking a shot down gold onto Slane. Benz is blinking red, very low in health, but Deiru just soaking up a 2v1.
Will he take down Arkman here though? He will pop back.
He will pop back, and that would be Deiru plus Dash working together, securing Arkman, and maybe, possibly, yes, it will be Game 1.
Yeah, maybe this is UPLB striking first in this best of 5. Benz deals so much damage, and I think that this is the game, folks.
Yes, with that being said, Game 1 goes to UP Los Baños. This is the best of 5 series, but
Not enough Garena shells to buy the latest League of Legends skin? On sale now? Get shells anytime, anywhere with your Globe or Touch mobile number. Go to gamer.com.ph and sign up with your mobile number and enter the verification code you will receive via SMS. Log in and choose the game and pin you want. Check out to purchase the pin with your load or through your postpaid account and receive the pin on your phone instantly. Never miss a sale on your favorite League of Legends skins and champions with Gamer.